Thank you for watching Meatsauce Monty. I'm Matt Montgomery. He's Paul Meatsauce Lambert. You don't know this, but we're here at Mystic Lake, and obviously you were on your phone right up to the last minute. It must have been something very...
No, it's never important. I have a problem with my phone. I'm addicted to it.
You've admitted it. That's the first step.
I panic at night when I wake up and I can't find it.
Really?
Yeah, and I sleep. It sleeps under my pillow because the
phone your alarm
fairy
clock?
might show up. Yeah, and it's my alarm clock.
And
yeah. But yeah, I read it until I go to bed, and then I wake up. I don't sleep very well, so...
Well, you have such a weird shift.
Comforting.
I get that. So that's...
It's comforting.
All right.
And I love it, yeah. And I paid a lot for it, so I better know where it is.
Okay. You want to say anything else about your phone that's safe for TV?
No, you brought it up.
Well, it was an intro because you're sitting here checking it, and I figured you were doing research for this show. Maybe bring up some tidbit about the Bengals or the Panthers or the Vikings.
We just wing it.
Just wing it.
I'll just wing it.
See, that's what I just throw stuff out there and
wing it.
Let you run with it. All right, let's start off.
Natural.
Let's look in the rearview mirror.
Like my chest.
Let's start looking in the rearview mirror. A loss. It feels like it's been forever. Things were going so well this season.
The Twins were still playing, I think, when they lost last, right?
Were they? Wasn't it?
It was the Lions.
That was
week 5, wasn't it? First week of September.
Think the Twins. No, it was first week of September was the beginning of the season.
No, first week of October.
October. I don't think the Twins were still playing. I'd have to look on the calendar to see when that wild card.
It sounds better. Just say it. It sounds better.
Yeah, the Twins were still playing.
Well,
it was fall.
Tom Petty was still with us.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Jack Morris wasn't in the Hall of Fame.
That's true.
Yeah.
What else?
I was fatter.
Star Wars hadn't come out yet.
Right. Yeah.
There's so many things that. Look at how much changes in that time.
It's weird. It's weird to talk about a loss and everybody's going, well, I'm glad. It's probably good to get out of the way. No, it's never. And maybe you learn some things of the loss, but. It's never good to lose. Although, now they're just going with the motto and that whole thing about if it were the playoffs, they'd be out.
Right, you're done.
Which is true, but
you
can't let it fester. They cannot let this fester. They're 10.5-point favorites today.
Yeah.
They got to destroy them. Even if they probably will be without Riley Reif and probably without Kyle Rudolph, you still got to win by 15 points.
I might be one of those people that said it's good to lose now versus then because the weight of the expectations. Let's say, okay, they won 8 in a row. All of a sudden they win 9 in a row, then 10 in a row. They make the playoffs and they're on this unbeaten streak. They're setting records. People start to compare them to the 72 Dolphins if they wouldn't have lost those games.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you lose one in the playoffs. You have a stinker like this where nothing went their way.
Yeah.
They made so many mistakes and then boom, it's done. The pressure would be so much higher. Right
now
it's like
a ton of mistakes and still almost won. With a patchwork offensive line.
Yep.
I
don't want to say moral victory.
End. Yeah.
That was a game where, despite all the mistakes,
Cam Newton threw for 137 yards.
Well, but his run at the end was the backbreaker.
That sucked.
You never would have thought, I said to you last week, I said, who should we be afraid of? Is there anybody? Nobody would have thought Jonathan Stewart would have gone for 3 touchdowns.
No, and a lot of people.
Never. That 60-yard touchdown run to start off early on. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, and then he scored 3 touchdowns.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Well, and the one where he's holding it in,
loss.
he gets knocked.
Yeah, it was a tough loss. The Adam Thielen thing at the end of the half sucked. That should have been a catch. The rules don't make sense because all you have to do is if you're running
later
the ball.
In the show, but go ahead.
If you're running the ball in the end zone, all you have to do is literally
touch the line.
Break some plane.
Yeah.
What's up? But you have to hang on. And it's just
and
stupid. He landed on his chest.
He had possession.
Yeah.
He skids the ground.
Yeah,
he bounces the ball.
It's a catch.
He never lost control.
It's a catch.
I agree. I agree 100%. So let's go on. Second chance to clinch the NFC North. Last week, obviously, we let it go. You got your own fan club here. This is nice. Let's just skip to the funny part here. The Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. Is that the best nickname in sports?
It's pretty good.
See, Todd's even laughing.
Yeah.
Take it however you want.
Todd's sick. Yeah. I like it. Andy Dalton's going to cause me to get my stupid ear pierced in the Charge Challenge because that idiot threw for 135. I hate Andy Dalton. I hope Andy Dalton gets double pink eye and has itchy privates for the rest of his life. I hate Andy Dalton. I hope he comes in today and I don't want him hurt. You don't want anybody
don't get hurt.
I hope he throws for 2 yards.
And then they bring in A.J. McCarron.
Who lights us up.
His wife, girlfriend, whoever that Brent Musburger might have been.
Catherine Webb?
Maybe she's in town. You remember her name?
Catherine Webb,
You have pictures of her probably?
Maybe. Who's texting?
Yeah, you'll see. All right. The injuries, you already brought it up, but Riley Reif, Pat Elflein, Remmers.
Yeah.
Is the offensive line becoming kind of a patchwork quilt, or do you think that they will be healthy? Zimmer in his press conference, he's like, oh, no, sprain, straight. Like, that was one of the best press conferences
he's
ever.
Aggressive. Yeah. He's aggressive, and I like that he holds them accountable.
Oh.
He holds them accountable because he set them to this really high standard. My guess is Remmers plays for the first time in is it the Cleveland game?
How long it's been.
Because he went out in the Cleveland game, yeah.
Wow.
He got the concussion in the Cleveland game.
Feels like it was forever ago.
And then hurt his back.
Okay.
So Remmers will play right tackle. That's a solidified spot. Then you get Searles, who can move up and down and maybe play left tackle.
Okay.
And then Elfine, they need Elfine. Losing Elfine, it's
who would have thought a rookie center would have been so
valuable? He's their best offensive lineman. And it's tough to say this, but last week when I woke up and saw that Elfine was 50-50, and then eventually when the inactives came out and he was part of it, I'm going, they're going to lose. Because he calls the checks. He calls out the Mike linebacker. Sure. He does everything.
They had 6 sacks.
Yeah.
If he would have been in,
they need
would have been less.
So if he plays, the chances go up because it's one less spot to worry about. But I think they'll play. I don't think Reef will play, but I think Reef will play next Saturday
Reef is still
in
be
Green
out.
Bay. Yeah.
You mentioned, I don't want to say that you have inside sources, but Kyle Rudolph, A-list buddy.
Yeah.
Injury you think is still.
I don't think he'll play.
Okay.
We'll just leave it at that.
We can leave it at that. Absolutely. I don't want you to out your sources here.
No. No.
Okay. Mike Zimmer. He said 6 seasons with Cincinnati. In his one of his pressers this week, he said that this week he sees numbers, not faces.
Yeah.
Do you buy into that?
No.
Do you think that obviously there's some personal...
Means a lot to him.
Yeah.
But Mike Zimmer, taking crap is probably the wrong term, but he takes some crap for like being too bullheaded.
Too rigid?
But
Fat cats get slaughtered, that type of thing?
He lost his wife like randomly, I think she like suddenly died. And this is all he's got, man. I know he's got 2 great daughters, and he's got a son, and he's probably got a girlfriend, and he's got a ton of money. I get that. But
sure.
You lose your wife unexpectedly like that, and she was like the exact opposite of him, because we heard those stories when she saw him swearing at those defensive linemen that she made them all cookies and like felt bad for him. When you
now
lose
he doesn't have that
your
buffer.
rock, and when he cried on Thanksgiving when they asked him what he was grateful for, you shouldn't feel bad for him because he makes a ton of money, yada, yada, yada.
Money doesn't mean you don't feel bad for somebody. Somebody can have all the money in the world. You can still feel bad for him when
I don't feel bad
happens.
for George Clooney.
No, but hey, I'd want to be his buddy.
Yeah,
if I could be in his 14 club,
yeah.
If you had all that money, would I be in your 14 club? I don't think so.
No,
I
would.
think you're saying that for the
you
TV show.
You helped me do this.
Yeah,
yes, you
I know,
would.
But
you would.
You've
I
got
don't have
A-list
14
upon
friends.
A-list.
They don't need my money.
You got
they have
power
millions.
trippers. It's not about the money though.
I wouldn't give. Are you kidding? I wouldn't give my money to Corey.
Man, if I made it in the top 14, you and I haven't even golfed together.
Nah, I don't.
I've offered for you to come down, and you just.
I sleep a lot.
You forget the text.
I would give you $1 million. I would give you $1 million.
You would.
100%.
I love it.
Yes.
If I were to win $1 million, I'm quite certain you would be the inner ring. Todd would definitely be the inner ring.
Todd.
There is Todd. Hey, Hamlin days, I'd buy 811. I'd make it the party house, put it back in its glory of the late 90s.
We've talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
We have a spot we lived in where we talk about all the time that we should buy that.
Yeah.
That should be our cabin where we go.
We don't need the lake. We just need the house. Can I say 811 Snelling Avenue? That's, if anybody drives by it, honk the horn. It was, great place.
Yeah. We lived at 21 4th Street. I think we called it 21 Dump Street because it was just a dump. But we loved it.
Which town?
Right in Minneapolis, right in Dinkytown, right on 4th Street, and right by Santana's Food.
Okay.
It was the best.
You loved being there?
It was 521, so we called it 521 Dump Street. 521 4th Street, yeah.
Nice.
It was the best.
What does it look like now? You ever drive by and
I drive by it all the time because
those were the days.
I live in towards that area to get coffee and stuff. I drive right by.
Go out, be a social creature.
Yeah, be a weirdo. Yeah,
when I leave
when I leave my place. Yeah, and I'm not.
We're having such a good conversation. I forget where we left off.
So did I.
Marvin Lewis, is he a dead man walking?
Yes,
15
100%.
seasons. You'd put money on the table at Vegas right now.
I would bet money that he'll be fired. He'll be one of 6 or 7 coaches that'll be fired.
Will he get picked back up somewhere, or is he done?
I think he's done. He'll be, be like a Leslie Frazier, where he's a defensive coordinator.
Sure.
I don't know. You never know, because there's going to be a ton of head coaches that are fired. I mean, we already had one in New York. John Fox will be fired. I mean, we don't have to do it on the list, but Fox will be fired.
You can if you want.
Mike McCarthy, maybe.
No, the Packers, they love it. Well, I shouldn't say they love him.
Maybe.
The league probably thinks he's an idiot.
Right.
The Packers fans,
But there'll be a lot of coaches fired. Marvin Lewis, and I said this, the Bengals?
The Bengars? It was like your Bangers and your Bengals.
The Bengals will get off the flight yesterday, and they're going, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What in the world are we doing? And then they packed it in. They have a bad coach, not a bad coach.
Mathematically not eliminated.
Yeah,
but you're saying they've already given up.
Yeah,
they lost to the Bears.
They lost to the Bears at home.
However, I will go back 2 weeks ago. Their game against Pittsburgh, which I think was in Pittsburgh, they blew that game. They should have won that. And let's say Pittsburgh, power structure. Yeah. They're one of the best teams in the league. So just 2 weeks ago, Cincinnati looked like they could have been legit, and then they blew it. And then they got stomped by the Bears.
It's a must-win game for the Vikings on Sunday.
Must win.
Must win.
You're going to go that far.
Must win. You have to win on Sunday because it'll only, as I said, you lose to Carolina, you cannot let it snowball.
Well,
you cannot pack up these losses because
that's exactly what I was saying.
You can't go into Lambeau needing to win.
Consider it the situation NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Team's got a lead, and then all of a sudden it gets to be Game 6, and it's like if they don't win Game 6,
Sunday is a must-win game, and they got a great opportunity too because then they come back 2 weeks from today and they get to beat up on a Bears team,
and they can still try to beat A-Raj and the Packers. So we'll make our picks here at the end of the show as we do every week, but might as well get this out there. If you come here on Sunday mornings to Mystic Lake between 7 a.m. and 11:45, you can make your picks. The top 20 players with the most correct picks get free slot play. It's a progressive pot, so come here during the entire season, make all those picks, get them right, win money. And for home games, which this obviously is this morning, complimentary bus ride. They'll take you to the bank. Mystic Lake, complimentary bus service. They take you door to door. No parking, no traffic, no worries. That's a pretty sweet deal.
That's a perfect deal.
The Super Bowl is coming here to town.
It is?
It is. I don't know if you're aware, if it's on your calendar. It's a couple months away. Right here, Mystic Lake, Club Nomadic.
Sweet.
This is going to be your scene, I can tell right now. So Club Nomadic, they were in Houston last year with the Super Bowl. These are all the concerts they're going to have. We got general admission and VIP tickets on sale right now.
Right now.
DJ Duo and the Chainsmokers. You a big fan?
Yeah.
Chainsmokers, I think you used to be.
Yeah.
Pop star Ellie Goulding.
Amazing.
EDM sensation Kygo.
Never heard of him.
Okay, but still could be sensational. Country favorites, Florida Georgia Line.
Amazing. I saw him at Target Field.
Kind of fun, little poppy.
Super good.
All right. And Grammy-winning superstar just announced, I believe this last week, Gwen Stefani is coming.
Sweet.
Gwen Stefani is hot.
Yeah.
I think Todd is going to try to get us backstage passes. I don't know if it's going to quite be Thunder from Down Under. She will be here Sunday, February 4th, Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, wow.
She is going to be the headliner. She's the last show right here at Mystic Lake. Club Nomadic, which they're building out in the parking lot. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
How much stuff that they're getting in there. Gwen Stefani, backstage pass. Would you want to meet her?
No, I'll be at the Super Bowl.
You're really?
Yeah.
If you had a chance to, would you?
No.
Let's say hypothetical. Gwen Stefani. You're passing on that?
Yep.
Todd and I'll go.
That's fine. You explain to Gwen Stefani that you're friends with an imaginary person. Do that.
My imaginary friend who has his boyfriend Troy and Thor from Thunder from Down Under?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I had to do it with those guys, explain that Todd's not real. You do it with Gwen Stefani.
All right. Time for one of my favorite segments. You remember the George Michael Sports Machine?
No.
You don't remember the George Michael Sports Machine?
The guy that sings Wham?
No. Sings Wham or is part of Wham?
In Wham.
Yeah, in Wham.
Sings Wham.
Was Wham a song?
I don't know.
Did they release that? I don't know. Could have been.
Yeah, it should be.
George Michael was an old white sportscaster.
No one knows who he is.
Anybody who watched sports in the 90s and didn't have cable. See, you were one of those kids.
Hey, you can't choose your
1
parents.
and 2, you were like, I'll watch more sports.
It was the same thing over and over and over again, but we watched
arena
all the
football
time.
On a Saturday or whatever.
Strongman competitions, yeah.
Did you aspire to be a strongman? Did you ever look and say, how did these guys get that way?
Yeah, why are they carrying refrigerators?
So that's what you spent your childhood doing, is
that
watching.
Eating, yeah.
Yeah. So Todd's Sports Machine, that's my favorite segment, because the George Michael Sports Machine, you have to Google it.
You're making things up.
I'm not making it up. Everybody at home knows this.
No one at home knows it.
Every week I try to get you to Google it, YouTube it.
No, I'm busy. Watching other things.
The Wild, 2 overtime wins, road trip, the Ducks and the Sharks, shootout win against Calgary.
I was
6
there.
of 7 they've won here at the X. Are they back on track?
I think so, and I think they found a way to kind of mesh with what they've got. I don't know if they know what kind of team they are yet, if they're an offensive team or a defensive team, but I think they kind of realize that this is what we got. Unless we make a trade, we got to work with this, and we're going to have to do it, and they're doing it.
I like your answer because it's consistent with what you said last week when you said, I just don't think they're that talented. Now, they're back on track, and you're
Yeah.
saying they're doing what they are with what they've
that's
got.
That's all they've got.
You're staying consistent. I appreciate
Thank
that. Timberwolves, your team.
Yeah.
They win at home over Dallas, but then an overtime loss to Philadelphia. They're 16-12. Number 1 in the Northwest Division, 4th overall in the West. If playoffs, well, stupid cliche, but
5
if
months
playoffs
away,
start,
right? Yeah,
if they start today, we would be hosting
Yeah.
a playoff
They're
series.
good.
Yet people are still frustrated.
They're the same thing as the Wild. They have to realize that, like, this is who we have. They may make a trade if they can find a partner to trade with.
I've heard
Gorgie
no
Jang.
trade rumors. You
Yeah,
are the first
they
source.
might want. I don't know. You get somebody
Use
like
your
DeAndre Jordan.
oh, really?
Maybe, but then
really?
you'd have 2 defensive liabilities with him and Carl. But they'd be a force
but
to
down
reckon
low,
with. Yeah. Who knows? They got to do something because you can't run a 7-man team. That's all.
Well,
that
what about the
plays.
minutes that they're playing? With
Yeah,
Tibbs having
yeah,
everybody out there
they all
for
play a ton
almost
of
40
minutes,
minutes.
though.
Is that part of the
Yeah.
problem?
No.
Or do you think it's the lack of bench?
I mean, they're in the best. They're the best conditioned athletes in the world,
much like you.
like me. Yeah.
Best shape you've ever been in.
They're 20, 22,
I heard somebody
23,
else laugh
yeah.
over there.
No. Who cares what they think?
Yeah,
But yeah, it's fine. The minutes everybody plays a ton of minutes. All superstars play a ton of minutes.
So you don't
they
think
don't
that's
wanna
an
be
issue?
No, at
Really?
all. No, no.
I might disagree with you on that one. Gophers basketball. The 9-3 on the season. They lost on the road to Arkansas. That dropped them out of the top 25.
Yeah.
You think they shouldn't be ranked after that
No,
loss?
then they barely beat Drake,
that
and they were
was-
19.5-point favorites.
It was a 1-point. The kid from Edina who plays for Drake was hitting threes like crazy that game.
Yeah.
However, that's not an excuse. Defensively, they weren't
Yeah.
on him. I don't know. With Patino saying that the fans at the barn booing them going into half. Your thoughts on that?
Well, it's good. It means there's high expectations.
Motivate 'em?
Booing means you care. You
Yeah.
know, they booing. They
Apathy
booed in
means there's
Lambeau.
nobody there.
They booed in Lambeau a couple weeks ago when they were losing. They care. People aren't booing in Cleveland.
Are you complimenting Packer fans?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going a week from. I'm
really?
Going to, yeah.
You're going for the
Yeah.
almost Christmas Eve trip.
Yeah. Taking my brother and my dad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you buy tickets? Oh,
I got him.
your dad buy tickets?
No, I got him. I got a
for free.
guy.
As long as we're here, we might as well say this. Next week, the CW graciously is moving our time slot because Sunday mornings,
Yeah.
pregame, the Saturday game. They're moving us to
yeah.
5:30 that night.
Sweet.
However, there's a caveat. There are strings attached. They made this deal with Todd. First time ever. They're having a Packer pregame show
Who's doing
on the
it?
CW. It's the CW station out of Madison, Wisconsin, but it will air on the CW Twin Cities channel 23.1 Packer show. Our show's first, 5:30. So all the Vikings fans are going to want to watch us Saturday, 5:30 next week. But the CW signed a deal. I think it was part of the. I don't know if Todd worked out this deal. If he
I'd rather
agreed
watch
to
a
it.
birthing video.
You would?
Yeah, who'd want to
The
watch
Packer
that?
pregame out of
No
Madison,
one.
Wisconsin.
No one wants to watch
It's probably
that.
some college kid station that
Yeah,
they
good for them.
just throw
But
it together.
Good for them. They're going to lose this today.
Carolina.
They're going to lose.
Nice.
Carolina will
We could
kill
talk
them.
about that more
Yeah.
later on, but
in Todd's Sports Machine.
no, Todd's Sports Machine is winding down.
TSM.
Honestly, I like it. That's like the,
Yeah, TSM. Right.
there's an explosion
Yeah.
in the graphic. You watched the
Yeah.
show. I like that. The Twins, they signed pitcher Michael, former Yankee, Pineda?
Pineda, yeah, he's the guy that had the pine tar on his neck.
Yeah,
he's
and
not
he's-
going to pitch till
Right,
2019.
so you're like,
Right.
you're already tired of it. You're like, yeah.
The guy they got the other day, Fernando Ryan.
Fernando Rodney, 40 years old.
Come on.
Yeah, he's older
Do
than Todd.
something. there is no Todd.
There is Todd.
Now,
Todd's
if
right there.
by when this tape they hadn't done it, but if they can tie in Yu Darvish into this, which I think they will, I think they'll get Yu Darvish fine.
The
But if
Yu
you're going to roll with a
sweepstakes.
guy who's not pitching until 2019 and a guy who's 40 years old, you got to do better than that.
Not very aggressive.
Right. I mean, the Yankees go get an MVP, and we get a 40-year-old guy who does this.
Yep.
Come
After
on.
he gets a save.
Whatever.
I like that.
They got to get some starting pitching.
You're already tired with the Twins. Jack Morris, Hall of Fame. Your thoughts? Did he
Too long.
deserve it? Take
yeah,
too long?
It took too
no,
long. Yeah.
yes, no.
I mean, you look at. I don't know his numbers. I don't know. I mean, other
there's
than
a-
when he pitched for the Twins.
There's a lot of literature out there that both supports him and
Well, I
that
don't
also
think he's a very
detracts
good
him.
guy.
Well, his relationship with the media didn't even come up in the stuff that I read. It's more, some people are saying the generation he pitched, everybody was juicing. Dick Bremer had a very funny tweet saying, remember the decade that this guy was dominant, people's urine glowed in the dark,
That's
stuff
pretty
like that.
good.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's risque
Go ahead.
for Dick Bremer.
You can steal that if you want.
That's risque for Dick Bremer.
It's on Twitter. It's not in the booth. So
Yeah,
there's
still though. He remember the Best Damn Sports Show. He wouldn't say that. on the air. Yes.
Oh, the B word.
He wouldn't say that. Come on.
The best sports show. And now on Twitter, he's just letting loose.
Yeah, now he's aggressive.
Urine glowing in the dark.
But the Game 7 of the World Series is a Hall of Fame performance.
That's only one game.
Yeah, but still.
Absolutely, it's the best game in baseball history.
Right, it's the best game in baseball history. That should get you in.
Yeah. But you think other than that, his career, it spans.
They let everybody in. Everybody.
Open
Shane
the door.
Mack's
Come
probably
on
in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Shane Mack should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, everybody's in. I mean, think about it this way.
Dan Gladden.
No disrespect.
All right, let's.
None at all.
Be careful.
Kirby Puckett does not belong in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I don't know what you're saying right now.
He does not. He doesn't.
Are you hallucinating?
No, I'm dead serious. What's his
I don't need to know his
overall
numbers.
average?
I don't.
He doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
Nobody needs to know
he
he was
does
Kirby.
not belong in the Hall of Fame, but we love him here.
Yes.
And he passed away. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But he does not belong in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I bet if we look at the numbers.
No, he doesn't. He's like a career 286 hitter. A career 286 hitter does not belong in the Hall of Fame.
We don't even need to know the numbers. You just need to.
No, he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't.
I love it.
I'm serious.
Hall of Fame discussion: Kirby Puckett.
No, it doesn't belong.
Jack Morris.
No.
Shane Mack. Dan Gladden.
Yeah. Put Chuck Knob. Put
Brian
Pat
Harper.
Mears in there if you're going to put anybody in there. Put
Pat
Jeff Rebele
Mears.
in there.
That's nice. Rebele.
Yeah.
Marty Cordova.
Big Todd.
What? Really?
Oh,
Big Todd?
Yeah, huge Todd.
Reaching back to the late 90s when he was Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, and then he sucked after that.
Yeah,
he was so
did.
bad.
I thought maybe you had like a personal story where he used all his money and he lived in Minnetonka.
I just dislike people I don't even know. It's kind of my thing.
It's kind of your thing. All right, now it's time for us to transition into a totally different segment. Honest opinion. It's so much different than Todd's Sports Machine. I basically throw something out there and you give me your honest opinion. It's mostly sports, but
sweet.
Totally different than Todd's
Fire
Sports
away,
Machine.
Steve Areno.
All right. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers, according to the NFL, I don't know how they come up with this, but they do the playoff percentage.
Yeah.
Vikings right now are 99.9%, almost a given.
That means all they have to do is win one game, I think, and
Yes,
they're in. Yeah.
absolutely. The Packers, however, are 7.5% to make the playoffs. They've got Carolina today,
Loss.
Minnesota at
Loss.
Lambeau next week. You'll be there, our
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
5:30 CW
Yeah.
pre-Wisconsin show. Detroit,
Loss.
last game. You say
They'll
they lose
out. They'll lose out because
Wow.
they go to Carolina, and Carolina, Cam Newton, the problem that the difference between the Vikings and the Packers schedule, and a lot of that percentage goes into
Sure.
who they play.
Yes.
Every team
Yes.
that they play has something to play for. The Carolina Panthers have a
Correct.
shot at an outside
home.
shot at the second seed.
Right.
They have a shot at winning their division. The Minnesota Vikings have a shot at the
Winning number
second seed and the number 1 seed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then the
Detroit still
Detroit
alive.
plays the Bears, the Bengals, and the Packers. They win
win
the
out.
first two, and then they have something to play for.
Correct.
The Packers are going into and two out of their last 3 games are on the road.
Right. They get us at home.
Right. So,
And you'll be there
yeah,
cheering against them loudly.
I love Aaron Rodgers. I love guys like that in the league. He's great for the league. They need him when they've lost. Wentz, Odell
Yep.
Beckham Jr., all these studs. Their team is bad. I get that he covers up a lot of it. Defensively, they needed to go to overtime to beat an 0-13
Browns.
team.
Yeah.
And mainly the only reason they won is that idiot Kaiser just threw it up in the air. But
Isn't he a rookie idiot?
sure, but
Do we give him a
Deshaun
pass for
Watson's
that?
a rookie.
Yeah.
He was
and
an
he's
MVP
also injured.
candidate.
Yeah, but it's short sample size. If he was
Sure.
playing this last week still healthy, who knows? He could have been.
Yeah,
he
but-
could have been terrible.
Yeah.
He could have peaked and then fallen apart. You brought it up, Carson Wentz, ACL surgery.
Tough.
He's out
Great
9
guy.
to 12 months.
Yeah.
So we're talking next season.
Yeah.
Is Nick Foles their guy, or maybe they're going to be calling Sam Bradford trying to get him back?
Maybe. I mean, think of the roles reversed. Nick Foles,
Absolutely.
I think, will do good. Somebody said the other day, and it made a lot of sense. Their head coach, Doug Peterson, career backup. And then another guy they have, I think their offensive coordinator is a career backup. So they will put together a game plan for Nick Foles. Plus, they can rely on that running game, and they got a good defense. But, man, they play a tough schedule, too. I think they play the Cowboys.
They've got
the
Giants,
Cowboys.
Raiders, Cowboys.
Yeah.
And what you said before, Giants are the only team that's out, pretty much has
Raiders
nothing to play for.
they can win their
Raiders are
division,
still alive,
and the
Cowboys are
and they'll
ahead
have
of the
Zeke
Packers.
back. They'll
Yes.
have Zeke back.
Correct. So they
So
really
they could win.
They could lose 2 out of 3.
Right.
Easily. Seahawks Jags this last week, Michael Bennett. I basically want you to say who's the biggest D-bag. Michael Bennett, the defensive end, Quentin Jefferson, who tried to climb into the stands and get in a fight with fans, or the Jags fans who are throwing stuff
Michael Bennett.
at the
It's
players.
not even close.
You're saying Michael
Bennett sucks.
Okay.
What he did.
Go for it. Let it go.
That whole thing.
Let it breathe.
Like, what are you doing? What
Yeah.
I mean, you go at his knees and then you roll around like a child who didn't get his way, trying to take him out.
Trying to roll him over.
And then
yeah.
that whole Las Vegas thing,
Yeah,
that's just been skirted over.
Leave that alone.
Well,
Let's
I'm
just go to
saying,
this.
Though,
I know
he sucks.
Well,
he's one of those guys that comes out and he's an attention monger. He
Okay.
loves the spotlight, and he's from who people have told me that Pete Carroll has no control.
Sure.
And he should have
He's
been
used to college
suspended.
kids.
If Gronk gets suspended,
Oh, yeah.
he should have been suspended for that.
We got a couple minutes left. Let's buzz through this. Vikings Super Bowl 52 preparation. It was in the Star Tribune this week. Vikings host a playoff game, which right now it looks like
Yeah.
we most definitely will.
Yeah,
Even
they
if it's
will.
wild card
Yeah.
weekend,
Yeah.
it's cutting their preparation pretty much in half. If we host the NFC Championship game, they got 2 weeks to prepare for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They planned it out thinking they needed 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that an issue?
Yeah, but it's a good issue to have. This
Yeah.
town, even
We're
though people
hosting
are
the
like,
Super Bowl.
Even though people would be like, man, we're going to lose so much money. Come on. You know how fun it would be to have the Super Bowl and have the Vikings in it? This town would be on fire
Everybody,
in a good way.
yeah.
Not like when you pee.
Oh, Dick Bremer now is glowing in the
You
dark.
brought it up.
I know, but you brought up me. That was personal. That was very odd.
Yeah,
Very
that's
odd.
weird. That's what you get if I give you $1 million. You have to take shots
There you go.
like that.
I like it. We got about a half minute left. Picks. Season, I'm 9-5, you're 8-6. Last week I went out on a limb and said I'm picking Vikings to win out the rest of the season. You have to pick against that if you want to try to catch me. I got a game lead.
They'll win today.
Last week they lost.
Yeah.
You stayed with them.
Yeah.
Today, I
They're
think
10.5-point favorites,
crush.
even without Rudolph and without what's his face, the left tackle. They'll dominate. That
Nothing to
defense
be-
will be fired up.
nothing
It'll
to be afraid
a
of with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati will score 6 points.
Yeah, they have. I don't. They
The
might not even get
bangers
that.
or whatever I call
the
them
bangers. They're 31st in the league in rushing, 28th in the league in total points, passing game 26th, and that's with the Red Rocket, your favorite nickname. You love Andy Dalton. You're probably going to get a tattoo of him on your
Sick.
back. So we're both going Vikings.
Yeah, I'll go Vikes.
All
Vikes
right.
by 14.
All right, cool. That's going to do it for this week. Be sure to tune in next week with our special Saturday, 5:30, the CW Twin Cities. We'll see you back here next week.